game from the box lacrosse roots, bringing it to the field as well as anyone who's from north of the border.
Jake Withers, the face-off man for Canada. Jeremy Thompson for the Haudenosaunee, a face-off violation, and it will belong to Team Canada. 77 in white, Zach Currier dumps it off to Dane Smith. The Canadians will get their personnel set. Team Canada's only loss so far came
Middies in this championship series, and Graham Hossack spots Latrell Harris, and that is an all defensive midfield type transition goal. And that's where I think the Canadians have the advantage. In between the two restraining boxes, they just have faster athletes.
And of the face-off X, where they are 2 for 2. In that first meeting, Canada won 11 of 19. And Quint, when we spoke to Lars Tiffany, he said, listen, we know we're at a...
Gets the defense, he lulls the defense to sleep like he's just kind of flushing through the middle and going into their ball rotation and their off-ball play, and then he sprints when he wants the ball.
It's something you see in basketball. That's a give and go.
Absolutely. It's a give and go off of a hesitation.
This team was cooking with fish grease yesterday in a 20-1 win over Jamaica, the Jamaican national team.
He was a Dodger in high school. He plays that same kind of role when he plays indoor up in Canada. Utilized differently at the NCAA level, but this is not a role that he's unfamiliar with, according to his teammates.
Well, I mean, the Hill Academy is one of the best prospects heading to Duke in the nation, right? I mean, he was a top recruit there. He does play with Brennan O'Neill.
Kyle Jackson, Michigan class of 2016, plays for the PLL Chaos. He's been really, really good over the last week.
It's a big face-off win.
Canada had won the 4 previous one. Here comes Thompson in traffic, lost the ball. Canada's got numbers on the scramble. And a flag. 2 flags.
Stood in a spot where he was only 1 or 2 steps away from getting above goal line extended for a shot.
Quarter number 1 comes to an end.
That's not really loaded with the two-way deep midfield, right? So they're using all their resources, and guys like Jeremy Thompson facing off Kyle Jackson, if you were to put the GPS on them, the mileage they've clocked over this past week is insane.
Jeremy Thompson, 36 years old, one of my favorite players of all time. Syracuse class of 2011, he's played indoors for the NLL Swarms, played outdoors for the MLL.
Question in terms of where he's going. He is going right to the heart of the cage.
How about on that near side wing, side by side, Brody Merrill and Lyle Thompson.
Put Lyle up at the wing. It's a transition. Pacino to the wing, back to Pacino. And when you're in a 2-on-1 with Lyle Thompson and you're Pacino, you give the ball to Lyle Thompson.
And a face-off won by the Haudenosaunee, trying to dent what was a 4-goal deficit. They've cut it to 3.
Operating simultaneously like gears.
I think if you were to take the jerseys off the players and that was just Kyle Jackson defending an offensive player, they wouldn't have slid. But because it's Dane Smith and because of how dangerous he is at creating offense, they were too happy to slide prematurely.
And that's where your voice is so important.
In terms of creating offense in this field, he's been scoreless. You do have Lyle Thompson. And knowing Lars Tiffany, I wouldn't be shocked if Zed Williams even picked up a short stick. You could argue Zed Williams is a top 5 attack wider in their 4 box, which allows the crease to be open.
It's always,
you got 4 guys.
You're playing that.
Sorry, we're not going to over criticize you here. I mean, that's
you know,
the reality.
you know shapes. You got a young one at home. Like if you're in a box or a diamond, there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah, nothing in the middle. Nothing you can do. Ignacio took the face-off. He's taken both in the second half for Canada.
Jeremy won that one.
Jake Withers.
You see how he swooped his stick through that double? That was sick.
Procedure call that will go against the Haudenosaunee. 7-3 the score. Canada has not trailed. Canada winning the face-off battle, the possession battle, and now with a 6-goal lead and with international rules, every possession that Canada wins, it's a chance to shrink the game and milk the clock. Thompson has this for Albany, nearly a warding off. And the Haudenosaunee, I should say, for the Haudenosaunee, you see the purple jersey, you say Albany. A lot of Albany guys on the team.
Same. I want to talk about Jamaica, Quint, but for me, like Japan, how every player is native to Japan and they don't start playing till their collegiate years. That is incredible, the gap they're able to close.
Two things stood out for me so far in this tournament. Spending almost a full day watching Jamaica play and then talking to their players. 22 black players, a team that has an unusual connection.
There's Lyle, one more shot score. Austin Stotts' 24th goal of these World Championships.
Jamaica ascending and then spending some time with representatives from the Ukraine, where they got kids playing lacrosse and then sleeping in bomb shelters, and then meeting with folks from Kenya. This is just a gorgeous textbook fast break.
Look at the pass by Lyle. You see he catches it, just a flick of the wrist, too. He doesn't even follow through the entire time, right? He's just snapping that to the backside to Austin Stotts, who has 23 goals, leading the tournament coming into today's contest.
The ability to process. We've seen it from Jeff Teat, Dane Smith, Lyle Thompson, how they can scan the field with their eyes, Paul, and so quickly make decisions.
That's a big face-off win for Canada. Albany had a 3-on-2 advantage facing off.
Called him Albany again.
Albany, Haudenosaunee, man.
I understand.
Yeah. Haudenosaunee.
Well, it's the same colors and some of the same players.
Yeah,
So I get it. But you talk about processing. Lyle from that same spot, not the same exact play, when it was a fast break. Looks like
Lyle with the cause turnover.
Here we go. Here we go.
Barberry, Stotts right in front. Hang on. It's 10-5. Haudenosaunee not going away.
Back-to-back goals for the first time today. Their fans on their feet. Their bench has got humming now with a little energy. And this was a great ride on the far side. On the crossfield pass, I'm not sure who it was. Ball stuff from Lyle Thompson. But we have to give Austin Stotts a lot of credit for losing 15 or 20 pounds, for changing his body in this process, for working with Coach Lars Tiffany, and putting himself on the field in this event.
He's been amazing.
And being an all-world caliber player.
Let's see how they spin it now. That's a bouncer from Stotts. He didn't see where it went.
When I talk about the depth,
Stotts.
when I talk about the depth, it's that second midfield, right? It's the short stick D-middies that some of the other teams have, that they just don't have the volume of those players. But they're top players of the top players in the world.
Back to even strength now. Randy Stotts bodies up his defender, flips it behind the back. Hogarth and Ward in a battle, and off the ground, it's Cam Wires, the former Loyola Greyhound. Casey Wilson now. Just finished his career with the Pioneers. Flag down near midfield.
He's sitting there next in the rotation, and you see him jumpy, right? That means give me the ball.
He's a hot shooter, and he's earned a few heat checks now. Face-off violation, Canada ball. Courier, hounded by Piscino.
Pressing out this defense.
Less than 6.5 to go. Canada trying to get to the finish line to secure a spot in the gold medal game on Saturday.
Tight man-to-man everywhere.